Rub Some Dirt on It podcast with Brandon Straker and Jeff Pierce.
You cry over lights on your little phone screen.
Episode 1 of the Rub Some Dirt on It podcast. Bro, I hope we don't have to change that. Jeff and I are just talking about the name of the podcast, the name of it, the Rub Some Dirt on This podcast.
Rub Some Dirt on It.
Full disclosure, there was 2 other people that had tried that, and they did like 1 episode several years ago, and Jeff said they were amateur psychologists.
Which we all are.
Yeah, who isn't?
Yeah. We're all an amateur psychologists when it comes to family and friends.
Yeah, the thing is just some motherfuckers are a little more insightful than others.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be coughing right now. That was stupid. Sorry. Rough start.
Yeah, Brandon decided to start trying weed.
Hey man, that's cool. You know, we just named this podcast "Rub Some Dirt on It," so I'm not gonna sit here and fucking complain about you talking shit about me coughing when I hit the joint hard. Here to have a good time, Jeff.
Yes, you are.
No, I think that's probably the problem with psychologists too, dude. Because you got to figure there's a bunch of those motherfuckers that like really well educated, but still like zero insight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they can just really fuck someone up. I guess applying some. You might be able to make logical sense of some different theories and perspectives on why a person's behaving the way they are. But if you're missing things, dude, you know.
I feel like if you're willing to start a podcast and call yourself an amateur psychologist, you're like 2 steps away from fucking trying to put together a cult. Because you're trying to control somebody by your thoughts.
To me, it just sounds like a motherfucker who's probably just trying to figure their own, their own shit out. Were they like giving other people advice? Were they like talking to another person?
When I was searching names,
we should just to be fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That'd be super fun. Just the rantings and ravings of some.
I guess we should also.
He read one old Carl Jung book or some shit, and it's just.
We should also say that we're naming it "Rub Some Dirt on It" because we are rebranding the podcast.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, just the other one, we had to like start over like 4 different times due to inconsistencies. So, what's the fucking point? And just felt weird to do another one just like 9 months later. That's the here's episode 11 or whatever's 20. I'm tired of explaining where the fuck we've been, dude, to be honest with you,
2.5 years, 8 episodes.
Yeah, dude. And to be honest with you, I want to sit here and, you learn from inconsistency. Sometimes you can't help it. But you also don't want to be just continuing to remember all the, things that maybe you weren't consistent at before, because that's not super helpful in becoming consistent in the future.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And so that's what we're hoping for with this one. Rebranding it, renaming it. New fresh start for us, and
not hoping, just doing, dude.
And yeah,
just
and
what we're doing.
More consistent with it.
Yeah, fuck hope, dude. That's what people.
Who is she? What's she?
You help me. I don't know if have you ever met like a ugly hope?
Yes, I have.
Have you?
Yeah.
What she look like?
Honey Boo Boo, if she lived. Well, I guess
Honey Boo Boo.
Yeah, there was that that little girl that was on the thing. If she grew up and lived in a trailer park, is what she looked like. Little fat girl that was on. I don't know what that was a while ago. She was little, so she's probably an adult now, and I don't know what she looks like now. But yeah, if you just take picture of Honey Boo Boo.
I don't know who Honey Boo Boo is. Like, what is Honey Boo Boo? What's Honey Boo Boo from?
It was a reality show on like the TLC channel or whatever. And there's this little fat girl that her mom had her like in pageants and stuff. Yeah. And you think I'm joking? That's a fucking real thing.
What?
Yeah. It was. They called her Honey Boo Boo. I'd only seen like the clips like on The Soup way back when and stuff like that, but
This, you know what this reminds me of, dude? This time that me and like Glenn and Ross, the other dudes that work for us, when we were up in Tahoe and we were like having this like company trip, and we got up there and we started drinking, we're barbecuing stuff, and then we ate a bunch of mushrooms and acid. And have you done acid before?
I have done acid before. I did it once, and that's as many times I'm ever going to.
So like acid's so much different than mushrooms, because mushrooms are just kind of like, just kind of slowly coming up and then kind of nice and even them back down, just kind of lays you down all nice. And acid's just like right out the gate, dude. And then it feels like it comes and goes, and it just, to me, it seems like it lasts forever. It's a little exhausting to me. But anyways, we did that, and so like it was just really strong. It just hit me out of nowhere, and we were all sitting in the room. And who was the country singer? The yodeler? Do you know who I'm talking about? They called him the Walmart yodeler or something like that. And he had this really popular country song. This is probably like 8 years ago. I mean, like, it was a big song.
I have no clue.
I don't know who. So yours. See, you get me, dude, because I had no idea who this motherfucker was either, dude. To be honest with you, but this song comes on, and I was just like, "What the fuck? What is this?" And then my buddy Ross said something about the Walmart yodeler, and this acid's just like boom, just hit me right when this is happening. He's talking about the Walmart yodeler, and there's this music going on, and I'm like, oh, you guys are totally fucking with me, right, dude? You guys, I'm like, there's no way you guys. And I was just like, dude, this is really funny, but at the moment it's not super funny.
Why did they call him the Walmart yodeler?
Well, I guess he got discovered yodeling in Walmart. I don't want to fucking disconnect the computer and shit, because it took us a while to get this started. I'm gonna look it up on my phone, but I guess he got discovered, and then he became this like something. It's like Ramsey or something like that, I think. Or what the fuck is the guy's name?
I've never heard of him before.
Walmart yodeler. He had like a big song. What's his name? Mason Ramsey is the guy's name. So like this kid's like yodeling and shit, right? I'm pretty sure it's the story. We can probably edit this shit out, right?
Yeah. Did he say some bitch? What the fuck? That's a kid. That's not a guy.
Right. No, dude, yeah, it's what I mean. It's like a kid, but then he became like this. He's probably a guy now. It's like 7-8 years ago,
But, well, I mean, when you're talking about the thing,
but so
like
Mason Ramsey had like a big song or some shit, dude. I know for sure. I can't remember what the fucking song was. I don't think I really liked it,
To me, yodeling it sounds like something stepping on your balls.
But the song wasn't so much yodeling as it was country more. But yodeling's gay as fuck for sure, dude.
Sounds like something stepping on your balls. Oh, get on.
Yeah, yodel. Yeah, dude. Yeah, rub some dirt on it, bitch. Rub some dirt on it, dude. No one gives a fuck about your balls. All right, let me see. Twang. Blue Over You. Maybe this. I think that maybe that was the big one. A year ago, 1.3 million. Oh, this is 10 million views. Let's see if we know this song.
This will be edited out. We don't want to get pulled off on our first episode.
No, yeah.
Yeah, he's still a kid there. It's fucking taking place in a middle school.
Yeah.
That chick doesn't even fix yet.
Yeah, dude. Okay. So, yeah, dude. So this kid, they're playing this song right while this acid hits me, man.
Did he say sweet titties? Is that what?
I don't know what the fuck he said, dude. It was.
some girl walking down the hall. It sounded like you said sweet titties.
I mean, I was just.
But yeah, so that song hits, or that song.
Yeah, and I just could swear they're fucking with me, and then just a second ago when you were talking about this other shit, I was like, this is just this.
Yeah, Google
because I smoke Honey Boo Boo.
Yeah,
I guess, yeah. Just because I'm super high, I'm not gonna do it on this shit. God damn it, dude. What did I just do with my phone?
You said it over there on the.
Oh, did it? Oh. Let me see.
Yeah, so yeah, as much as I know about it, is it was like this girl that they were like this white trash family that lived in a trailer park, and the mom had the girl in like pageants or something, and so TLC put them on a show because they will take advantage of anybody on TLC. It's my 600-pound life and stuff like that.
Dude, have you seen that shit with the sisters that are like 1,000-pound sisters or some shit?
But I know who
me and Lexi watched like an episode of it, dude. It was pretty fucking funny, dude. It was pretty hilarious.
Like, when I see the picture, I'm always like, how does that living room smell?
It's like, it was disgusting but funny, like just how big of pieces of shit these people are. It was like watching like a movie about people, you know, with how just, you know, there's some of those movies that are just great comedic writing, and then and then there's just the ones, you know, where it's just like jokes that are happy and shit like that, and then there's those comedies where it's just like it's over the top funny because of how big a piece of shit these people are, you know what I mean? Just they're like that big of a piece of shit, and that's kind of how these people are in these shows. Honey Boo Boo. Let me see that. Let's try to give me a description. Oh shit, dude, shut the fuck up. So she'd be in pageants and shit. Yeah. Oh, look at her.
Yeah, they have.
Oh, fuck off, dude.
Shit, John Bonet.
No way.
Yeah, but she's the.
I don't know why the fuck I'm surprised. I don't know why I'm surprised, dude. That's fucking bananas, dude.
Like that if she would grew up and lived in a trailer park, you know, never progressed but grew up.
Damn, dude. Okay. Well, that's not why I don't like the word hope so much, but so Chet, is like
mom.
That's her mom, dude. Jesus Christ.
Had that lap band surgery too, and lost a bunch of weight.
And still weighs 500 pounds, dude.
Dropped her toothless boyfriend.
Dude, her teeth ain't much better, dude. Her teeth are all fucked up. Look at those things. Yeah, dude. She looks like a horse that just smelled some shit, dude. Just you know, just yeah, dude.
The toothless guy that works the counter told me I look like Brian Daboll because I wear a Giants hat.
I told you that shit before, dude. Yeah,
I've heard that.
Yeah, yeah, dude. You guys need to find a picture of Brian Dable to put up on the podcast for him to do a side by side, dude.
Look at the camera.
There's multiple times during the football season where I was like watching games and I was like, that motherfucker looks just.
I've been
like
told
Jeff,
that before.
dude.
Some guy at the grocery store when I went one like Saturday afternoon or something. He's like, "Dude, you look just like Brian Daboll." I'm like, "Oh, thanks." Guy looks like a walrus on the sideline.
We were just talking about you're gonna try and get a little more healthy.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
I mean, I go in spurts where I try and I do pretty well, and then something happens to me mentally, psychologically, to where I just give up and.
Yeah. Well, I think it'd be cool. We'll we'll do that shit on the podcast. Because obviously, like, well, I'll help. But what we'll do is if you, depending on how detailed you want to go and shit, dude, I'll dial you in and shit. We'll talk about it on here. Yeah,
somebody to not necessarily be a trainer, but to help me. Because all I know what to do is I always do the same diet where I just stop drinking soda, eating bread and pasta, and then And that works for me for a certain amount, but then after a while, something like I said, something happens, and I'm just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna have a big bowl of spaghetti tonight.
Yeah, it'd be a cool thing for us to do. I'll show off some of my skills from doing that shit for 20 years and stuff, and then, but it'll be a cool thing to like follow you, and we'll talk a little bit about, just the mental part of it that kind of keeps you getting through that shit, you know. I think that you just gotta. The stuff never stops coming at you, you know?
Yeah.
And...
Well, I know I'll never get to the point where I'm going to walk around with my shirt off and stuff because I'm a hairy fucker anyway.
You know? Well, you could shave that shit, dude.
My wife, I had Glenda shave me once, my back and my chest. Mm-hmm. I itched for like 4 fucking months. Everything itched for 4 months.
You know? It'd be a lot... I'll tell you something, dude. It'd be a lot easier to shave it, though, if you, you know? If you were, like, super proud of just like the ability to be able to do that, you know, being in that spot where like you're in such good shape that you don't really got to think about it.
Well, for me, it's something different. For me, it's about the fact that I have a whole fucking box full of band t-shirts from when I was in my 20s that I want to wear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a great goal. That's a that's a fucking awesome goal. You know, honestly,
all these Seattle bands that I have t-shirts of that don't fit me anymore.
Yeah, that shit sucks.
I want to get back to where I can wear those shirts again.
Yeah, I think that's a great goal. And then I think just, you know, it's real easy to self-sabotage. You know, I think just even saying I know all. That's okay. Don't worry about it, dude. We'll get it later. I think though, and. Like to begin with though, where you're like, I know I'll never be in this kind of shape. But I think that's like, you got to recognize your language when you're talking about yourself that way and stuff's like limiting yourself in any way. You know what I mean? Because you're capable of shit you don't even. But you have to like believe that you can.
Well, I've seen guys my age go from like my style to being built and being in shape. It's just for me. I just know that I'm never gonna want to shave again, shave my body again because I mean I'm so hairy everywhere.
But that's just saying you never want to shave again. But
yeah,
what I'm saying is though that's not the reason why you aren't like. That's not a good. That's not if you're saying you're never gonna be in that kind of shape because of you know what I mean, because of the hair. I don't think that's the real reason that you would think that you wouldn't be in that type of shape.
I'm not saying I wouldn't be in that shape. I'm just saying that I've put in some effort at points, but then something always happens to me psychologically to where I just give up. And I go back. But I know I can. Like I said, I know people that are my age or older that have gotten like into super good shape after. Yeah. You know, so I know it's possible.
Well, I know you know it's possible. What I'm saying is though when you just kind of say, oh, I know I'll never do that, just when those words even come out of your mouth, it's just not good for our brains to hear us say that. Because I do that shit too. Like I'll limit I really am pretty conscious of it now, and I'm not trying to tell you what to do and shit. You know what I mean, man? But I am saying it's like one thing I learned for myself over time that's really helped me to get better at things that I had always self-sabotaged on was watching the language that I'm using with myself and limiting and looking at myself as someone who will never be that. You know what I mean? And so I don't even know if that's kind of what you think or anything like that. But I can tell you that I've thought that shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I mean, do you think that about certain things? Oh, I know I'll never do this, or do you think that you're catching yourself?
I know that I'll never do that. I feel like I'll never do. Like I'll never have a dick in my mouth.
Right. No, I'm talking about shit that maybe you would like, dude. Not stuff that you would adamantly not want to happen.
My wife put her finger in my
ass. We're talking about shit. We're talking about shit that you would want to happen, dude.
No, actually, now when you bring it up, there's because a lot of things that I think of that I want to do or I want to happen, I think I could make possible if I put in the proper effort.
Yeah, I know you believe in yourself.
It's not just like a me thing either. It's about things that maybe I want to do and go or whatever. I know I could do it if I put in the effort.
Yeah. You know? Well, I'm talking about like, and I 100% believe you. knowing you the way I do, that you have the confidence in yourself that you can. There's not a doubt in my mind that you could achieve just about anything you want, dude.
I might bitch about the process while I'm doing it.
But
to that point.
But which is exactly my point, though. You just got to watch yourself saying just I'll never do this or I'll never be this on anything. Just anytime you're using just I am phrases, that those are cues for us, for our own subconscious and the way that our beliefs about ourselves, you know what I mean? And the unconscious ones that we don't know. We're over here talking about fucking amateur psychologists, but I do know this shit from working with people on habit change for 20 years, right? Yeah, dude.
Other guys left off.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah. Sorry to steal your thunder, fellas. But I mean, it is true when it comes to habit change, just like, just our beliefs about ourselves, like they act as like a thermostat. And if our life gets too out of control, whether it's too broke or too out of shape or whatever it might be, just too unclean or not having your habits together, you'll like kick it into gear, dude, and you get back to what you believe about yourself. And then if you get too over the top of that, you're too organized, or you have more money than what you believe you should have, even different than what you think you should have, then your beliefs about yourself, you'll just, blow money, find ways to fuck it up. It's why people give all the money back playing lottery, it's true, because they didn't learn how to become rich.
Yeah.
And so, and it, just like you learn how to become successful or good at a relationship or any of that shit, you sort of like become those things through the process of fucking it up. And just learning from your mistakes and whatnot. And so when you get too far out of that and you sabotage, just again, like your thermostat in your house, kicking on if it gets too cold, kicking on if it gets too hot and it needs to cool place down. And so those are cues for that shit, and that's like an important thing that sometimes we got to change to ever actually like just kind of have certain things in our life the way we want them, because you can change that thermostat and your beliefs about yourself, but you kind of have to recognize some of the ones that you don't even know are there. And it was a life-changing sort of thing for me to kind of figure that shit out by paying attention to that stuff. So I don't know. I have no idea what your beliefs are, but I think as you're going through this journey, like trying to get healthy and maybe and to stay that way, right? Not to just put it back, right?
Just to show that I could do it. It would be doing it because I wanted to do it, and that's where I want to be.
Yeah, totally.
It's not like in 9th grade when I got straight A's for a semester to show my parents I could do it if I wanted to, but
right.
Here you go. I'm a student of the quarter in 6 of my 7 classes.
And that's super relatable. Go
back to getting C's.
Yeah, it's super relatable. Sometimes you do just get a fire under you where it's like, it may not even be some shit you really want to do, but you're just like, someone basically tells you can't, and you're like, fuck you, dude, watch this. You know what I mean? Don't tell me what I'm capable of, dude. I'm not fucking a moron. I just I'm not doing shit I don't want to do. I'm stubborn.
Yeah, there's a lot of that in my life.
Yeah, I don't doubt it, dude. I don't doubt it. I think it's what you're a talented dude. Anybody who's talented is gonna feel that way.
A lot of time, several times a day, 1,000 times a week, probably in my head, I repeat a line from the movie True Romance.
Which line?
When Brad Pitt's getting high with the honey bear on the couch, and James Gandolfini busts in and looking for Dick Ritchie, and he's sitting there smoking. He's smoking out of the honey bear and stuff, and he's like, "We're looking for Dick Ritchie." He's like, "Oh yeah, he left, man." He's like, "If he comes back," he's like yelling stuff at him, and then he's like, "You guys want to hit?" And then they just walk away, and they close the door, and he goes, "Don't fucking condescend me, man." Again, I said, "Don't condescend me, man," like 1,000 times a day.
To yourself?
Yeah, whenever somebody says something to me,
"Don't
fucking condescend me, man."
That's hella funny, dude.
And I say it to myself in the voice that he did it in the movie,
So what's your goal going to be, man?
I want to get down to originally my goal was 225 when I was the last time I was trying to lose weight. I really think I can get down to 210.
210.
And I've already started losing a bunch of weight since my
So is that your goal then? 210.
210 is my goal for now, just because it's I feel like because the 225 I got down to 222.
And where are you at right now?
Right. Well, I haven't weighed myself in the last like week and a half, but last week when I weighed myself, I was at 247.
So to drop 35 pounds, and that'd be your ultimate goal, 210.
Well, that would be my ultimate goal. That's my
what would your ultimate goal be?
I would like to get to 185.
185. Write that shit down, dude. You gotta write it down, man. That way it makes it a real thing. You know? And then write down the date you want to do it by, bro. Gotta put a date on it.
Let's go. Well,
is that like 55 pounds, something like that? Right?
Yeah, so I think, I don't know, I think that'd be a good goal to be at for the new year.
Yeah, dude. So it's 6 months.
Yeah.
I'd say that's a pretty achievable goal over the course of 6 months. That's, 7 pounds a month. Then you got to do this, dude. You got to, what are you willing to give for that? You know, like what type of shit are you willing to do to like commit to, to be able to achieve that? I mean, you're going to have to work out some, right?
Yeah, I'm willing to work out.
I mean, I know you're super active at work.
Yeah.
Delivering delivering mail and shit, dude.
Yeah.
He's the one running from the dogs, dude. Have you ever had to run from some dogs?
No, I haven't yet. And it's actually Dog Prevention Month this month.
Is it really?
Dog Bite Prevention Month.
Dog Bite Prevention Month.
Yeah.
So how are you guys going about? Are you guys taking classes and shit?
Well, no, they did. They just talk about it in like stand-ups at least once a week. But then they asked all these these little like postcard size things that we're supposed to give to people that have dogs, just so they know to keep their dogs in and stuff, but yeah, I don't, because I mean, if there's a dog, I just don't get out of the truck, or if there's a dog in the yard, I just drop their package over the fucking fence and put delivered, left in the front porch.
I'd do the same shit, to be honest with you, bro.
You tell you, if it says beware dog on the fence or something, or there's signs of a dog, dude, you're supposed to rattle the gate before you open it to deliver the pack. Oh, fuck that! I'm dropping over the gate.
Yeah, fuck.
Being aware of their dog.
Fuck that shit, dude. I'm not getting bit by somebody's fucking dog, dude. Are you kidding me? No way.
But I would say I mean, something that I don't do that I think I'm willing to do, and I've always wanted to. I did it like for like 2 weeks and then stopped and stuff. Is I'm willing. I like to go and I would like to go up to the gym at my place where I live and do the rowing machine for like 1 hour to an hour and 45 minutes every day, or at least 3 times a week is what was my original goal.
What's like realistic for you to do?
3 times a week.
3 times a week?
Like every day. And then I was like, I can do this 3 times a week, but then I just stopped doing it.
What if I told you just like 40 minutes of exercise 3 times a week? Can you do that? Or 30?
Absolutely, I can do that. Yeah.
Write that shit down, dude. What percentage of the time can you eat clean?
What's considered clean? I've never understood what clean is.
So it'd mean just that's a good, you want to define clean. That's good. Well, I mean, how dialed in do you want to be? Like, what sort of effort do you want to put?
Beer. That's my whole thing. I don't want to quit beer. I've told my doctors several times I'm not stopping beer.
Yeah, but I mean, how often are you drinking? What does that mean? Don't quit it. Like, you don't have to completely quit drinking.
Yeah,
dude.
But then honestly, I don't drink it that much during the week. During the work week, when I work, I come home, I'll eat dinner, and
can you change the type of beer and drink less of them?
I don't,
because that shit ain't gonna get it done, dude. Like, I mean, I know you like Bud Light and shit, but I mean, there's certain things like Guinness has like 110 calories, and it's like 6 grams of carbs, but it's not full of glutens and all kinds of other shit that's like fucking you up, dude. Probably not your type of beer. But I mean, there's other ones. There's ones that you can find that'll do the trick, dude. But you're gonna have to not drink that stuff. You can't pound like 12 of those on the weekends and like really like, you know.
That'll be difficult in football season.
During football season, switch to whiskey, bro.
I tried, but it just makes me like after like 3 or 4 sips of it, I start to like. It's like.
Yeah, but have another have like another drink nearby or something to sip on and stuff. That way you're not sipping it out of just like thirst or just like nervous habit. Just you're still able to enjoy having a cocktail.
I can drink rum and cokes.
Yeah,
but like at the place we do shows, I was drinking before they got beer in. I started having beer. I was drinking rum and Diet Cokes. That's what I would drink when I would go there.
Yeah,
and so I could drink rum and and Coke.
Yeah, I mean, you're just gonna have to like if you really want to do it, you're just gonna have to change some of the drinking habits. You could still drink and have some drinks on the weekend and get a little tipsy and shit, dude. But you could come close to giving. I mean, depending on what your tolerance is like, get down there fucked up and still be able to get in pretty good shape. But you can't like a 12-pack of beer and shit on the weekends, just a Bud Light. That's gonna just fuck you up, dude. It already just. We'll leave me like explaining why for another time and stuff, because it is important for you to understand, dude. What shit do you think? Don't you think?
Well, yeah, I think.
I mean, I know ignorance is bliss and shit, but
I know it does, but
yeah.
My whole thing behind it was why Bud Light was okay for me was because my whole thing was I was quitting sugar, and there's no sugar in Bud Light.
I remember you telling me the story about the dentist and shit, and your doctor needing to get on the same page. But I mean, there's just you don't have to quit anything, man. You just got to 80-20 that shit, dude, and choose a better kind. You know what I mean? Same with even like if you're drinking. I mean, I drink Coke Zeros and stuff and energy drinks. I probably shouldn't do that, but it's still I don't drink all the sugar because it's just fucking destroying you from the insides, dude. Mm. And so,
with the soda, when I do drink soda, it's Dr. Pepper Zero.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I don't drink.
Yeah, that's good.
When I quit the sugar, I don't have a problem with sugar. It's the gluten and it's the fatty foods. It's the the pasta and the breads. The breads is the hardest fucking one for me to stop.
Yeah, bread's tough, dude.
It's way more addictive to me than soda was.
Yeah,
sugars and stuff.
It's a tough one, but I don't know it's a lot easier just when you're eating meat and real food like from the get-go in the beginning of the day, or maybe just even if you're fasting, like I fast most days till noon or so, but even if you're fasting, when your first meal is like steak and shit, and you just don't really want to eat a lot of other shit, dude, your kind of cravings for stuff go away. Because it's just more satiating.
Well, yeah, that's me. That's me. Is like what we were talking before the show, before we started this. Yeah, I only eat once a day, and my favorite thing to do is steak and vegetables because I don't feel hungry again.
Yeah,
a steak and roasted broccoli and carrots in the oven. Roast broccoli and carrots in the oven.
Yeah, if you smash some steak and shit, and like even eggs, because eggs are super like satiating. I've been eating those in the morning on my days off and stuff. When I wake up, I don't have to go to work or anything, and I'm like, I can eat something. That's why I just make some eggs. Yeah, they're
put some bell peppers and onions in them.
Yeah, because then you eat enough of that, and you're just like, there's plenty. I like to snack as much as the next guy, dude. I'm always try to buy these like healthy snacks. They're still not the best thing for you, but it's better than me eating a whole fucking thing of chips. And then more protein does just, if I eat some of them like little protein Quest things, Cheez-Its or whatever, it's still, if I was to eat some real Cheez-Its, the protein in it alone does make it more filling, where you're not like eating like 6 fucking bags of them. Like that shit just shuts off those chemicals in your brain that tell you you're full, and beer does it too. But that's why you'll fucking. I used to always say if I put like 1,000 calories in steak and 1,000 calories in Pringles, like to my clients and shit, like you could, eat 1,000 calories of steak and you're usually gonna be like, I'm good, dude. I don't want to eat nothing else. Eat 1,000 calories in Pringle and you're like, where the fuck's the ice cream at, dude? Do we got ice cream? It's just it shuts that shit off and you're just like.
And then you just have an empty Pringles can to put over your dick.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Yeah. That's kind of out of nowhere there, Justin. No, I'm kidding, dude.
I saw a reel.
Yeah, dude.
The Pringle can on there. What's the Pringles? And she reaches in there and he's like,
was it a Pringles commercial or was it?
Oh. It literally said across the screen that she touched it. Is all it said.
Oh, that's pretty. That'd have been way better if it was a commercial. They're trying to sell Pringles that way. That'd be hilarious, dude. Because they're already a great chip.
Nobody can have just one.
Yeah, dude. Exactly, dude. Did you ever hear that that joke about pedophiles that I had? Well, like once you pop, you can't stop. They're just like where they're. I'm not gonna tell that whole fucking joke on here, and based on what I just said, it sounds pretty bad. But you got to hear the whole fucking joke, dude. I think we're almost up on time, buddy. Aren't we?
Wow.
We gotta be close. It's like 8:05. What time did we start? Probably like about 7, wasn't it? Pretty sure it was close to 7.
I don't know what the time. Does the audio on there tell you how long we've been recording?
Let me see. Hopefully it didn't stop when the screen.
No, it should say probably that little black box up there how long it's been recording.
It's just it's like a beat count.
But either way, that went quick. It didn't go the way I thought the episode was gonna go. It was.
How are you thinking it was good? Oh, did we talk too much about the fitness and goals and shit?
Yeah, I think we didn't really get into any kind of like
what other shit.
Just
good thing to do
and current events and.
Well, we haven't stopped yet.
Yeah.
We can talk about some current events too.
We can talk about how World War III started yesterday.
Oh yeah, dude. How fucking crazy is that shit?
Yeah.
Fuck, man. It's
people think it's a joke, but it literally. You'll look back and this will be yesterday will be the day that it marked that it actually started.
I'm just hoping not, dude. I'm just hoping somewhere cooler heads prevail and things work out because nobody wants that.
Yeah.
It's super concerning. I'm trying to give, like, I see that shit these days and I'm just trying to give it the proper attention to know what's going on and
I think if we're going to throw ourselves in right at the forefront of World War III, we have to have a country that's united, not divided right now.
100%. Yeah.
And we're completely divided right now. This country's the most divided it's ever been right
yeah.
now. And we're going to go into World War III.
I wouldn't say it's the most divided, but
I think it's the most divided.
I mean, we didn't live through slavery and the Civil War and some of the shit that was out. When you're right, Jeff. Fuck up. God, dude.
When I say that, it means they didn't have a say.
Yeah,
they didn't have a say. We're now everybody that's
people didn't have a say about going to Civil War.
Well, yeah, no, I'm talking about slavery. They didn't have a say.
Oh well. Well, yeah, they didn't have a say, but the country was still divided over whether or not they should have their freedom.
Civil War is when we were the most divided.
Yeah, dude.
Then I think right now, because we're kind of in a civil war right now. I mean, if a Republican does something Democrats don't like, they go and they find something, some way to sabotage or kill somebody.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Republicans. If the Democrats aren't doing something they like, they go and fucking kill them.
Yeah,
That's a civil war.
I think we're probably the most corrupt that it's ever been. Our government. I don't know that. I think that I don't know that we're as divided as like that, because, and who knows how even divided they were in the Civil War, because what you're getting is what the media is showing you with the divide, but that is not what most of us are experiencing in our day-to-day lives. And it's the same way for a lot of people in like big cities, where I know plenty of people from our previous businesses that are in huge cities, and it's not, there's some crazy shit, but it's usually on a corner downtown or somewhere else that no one's around. The media is making it look 10 times worse than it is, and then they're putting that out there to try to stir shit up, dude. Because just when you can divide people, just divide and conquer, dude. It's one of the oldest rules in the book when you're trying to steal freedoms from people. It's been in the media propaganda playbook since the beginning of time, like all forms of power use that propaganda.
Right now it's working better than ever.
It is if on social media, but in real life, that is not what people are. I mean, do you feel that divided? Do you feel like in your day-to-day experience that your interactions with people are as divided as what it looks like on social media?
Well, I honestly can't really answer that, because I have, as you know, I haven't been on social media in months.
Right. Well, even just on the news, dude, just on any type of media.
And
but I mean, are your day-to-day interactions with other people when you're at the bar, doing comedy, at work and shit like that, people as a whole, do you feel divided like it's showing on the news?
Not necessarily as much as it is on the news, but then people will say something, but I'm cordial, and I just kind of blow it off, and I'm like, okay, whatever, and I just let it go.
Because I think we all just have differences of opinion, but I don't think that the country itself is as divided as they're making it look. Like Civil War is, and it was probably that way during the Civil War, from what I understand. Like I've read and watched some shit about it, how just a lot of people were weren't really part of all that war. They still connected on the vast majority of things.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, is that the moderate middle, the people that go from like the middle of the left to the middle of the right, those people all get along. It's just the far left and the far right. They're the loudest.
Yeah, but
they're the loudest.
Yes. But a lot, like, and again, a lot of that's, though, is the media doing that, because even the far left and far right, day to day, people that are far left and stuff, far left, like, we meet them out doing stand up, dude, and people that are far right, we meet them too. And so, and, we don't necessarily hang out, but we're not at war with them.
No.
Like, we're not like, from
the middle of the left to the middle of the right.
But even on the extremes,
that's how the Civil War was too. It was like the far left versus the far right.
It's not.
It was just the opposite than it is now.
I think it's not. Yeah, it's not necessarily just the country itself, as the government is as corrupt as ever and being as vicious as ever to each other, and they're trying to get people behind them. But there's a shitload of like ways that the media that's how they profit, dude. And in general, I think the rule is, when you're getting information from someone, you should never get it from someone who's giving you the information for profit. And all of these companies are being paid by pharmaceutical companies. They're being paid by major defense contractors. Lockheed Martin, all these places, they own those companies. And so when you're getting information from these people, they give you that information for purpose, unless it's like the fucking weather and they're telling you it's sunny outside, but most of those shows people are watching aren't your local news where it's the weather. And so they're giving you information for a particular narrative, and that is going to fit their profit, because they got to keep those motherfuckers happy.
Yeah, and that goes for both sides.
Both sides as a whole. It's all one big fucking thing, dude. 100%.
People tell me, "Oh, I don't believe the news from them." I'm like, well, then you're believing it from them, and
you should believe it. You should believe none of these motherfuckers, where a publicly traded company is either owns them, or is advertising with them and is funding them in some way.
It doesn't have to be publicly traded. Even I was
privately, just I guess
company for years,
whatever the cap level.
Right. and they would like force that down our throat.
Well, besides just a company, I'm talking about the media though. Even like the big ones that have that kind of fucking money, when they're involved and they're either advertising or they're profiting from those companies, that's who they're trying to keep happy. Regardless of left, right, or whoever, it doesn't fucking matter, man. Most of those motherfuckers don't give a shit, dude. They just look at everybody as stupid and they pick one side because they know people are tribal. And so the people that are giving you that information about how divided we are, like, that's not our experience. They're trying to sow that because they know it sells, dude. People keep watching. They can't get fucking enough, dude.
I still feel like we're divided, the country, because I mean, I'm 50 now, and until I was like reached my 40s,
mm-hmm.
I never saw people go after each other like I see people go after each other, even on like the open social medias and like Twitter and stuff. Mm-hmm. I've never seen people go after each other like, dude, they do now.
Yeah, but you know, a lot of that shit is bots, right?
Well, yeah. But I'm talking about like famous people that control their own account going after other famous people. You never saw that before, really.
Yeah, you also didn't see them getting busted for fucking kids either, dude. You know, like, that's shit is wild, you know, but like, that's more of the elite, just day-to-day, everyday people, which is 99% of the country. Like, this is all the shit you see. But I'm saying, in your day-to-day life, I know you, dude, and I know you, and I see you hanging out with people, and I know we both know motherfuckers that are super, super left, you know, that even maybe just, they might have a problem where they can't tolerate the right, but still, the vast majority of people that, like, are either far, and same goes for far right, they're super far right, and they would just not be friends with someone, or not even speak to them, or be rude to them, or hate them, or something like that. We know people on both ends. And even still, the vast majority of people are not, like, even though there might be feelings one way, it's not going back both ways. Yeah. And that's pretty rare because, again, 90% of the public does not fall into those. The media makes it seem like they do, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I will say that whichever side you're on, I've never seen people driving around with flags on their trucks and cars, support and bumper stickers. I've seen like the Kamala bumper stickers all over there's like 100 of them on the back of their fucking car, or you see the Trump flags. I mean, that's fucking crazy. You would do that to your vehicle.
Yeah. Yeah. Or just, I mean,
plastered across the fence of your house and then in front of your house.
Yeah, I think it's just like old men's sports, dude. You know, is what it is, kind of. You know, the same way you wear it, like, you just hit a certain age and you swap the Chargers or the Giants or the fucking Cowboys out for just a politician of some sort, hoping that you know, to bring back the good old days or whatever, dude. You know, I don't know, dude. I feel like there's a, you know, a phase in life where you do hit like 40 and shit, and it's kind of like it's kind of like when you first figure out masturbation when you're younger, dude. You hit 40 and all of a sudden you're like, well, I guess I'm just gonna do this every day now. Watch fucking the news, dude. With the, you know, I just can't get enough, dude. Just I have to just shut the shit off, dude. Or I don't really watch it on here, but I'll be getting. What happens is I get YouTube videos sent at me, and I don't want, like, again, these places, Fox and some of these other ones sending me, but YouTube keeps sending it to me, and I like to get on YouTube just to watch other shit more than actual TV.
Yeah, you know, because Glenda knows I've always been big into the news. I've always been big into politics and stuff, and it drives Glenda nuts because if I'm watching it and she's in the room and I'm watching TV and I'll be like watching like Fox News and I'm like, oh, you're a fucking idiot. I'll turn it to CNN. And then about 5 minutes later, you're a fucking idiot. And I just turn it back to Fox News. I'm like going back.
Yeah, dude.
Calling them all fucking idiots.
It's just like the refs, dude, in sports, man. They keep fucking your team. It's exactly what it is. It's except you get to experience it every day instead of just 4 months out of the year, dude. It is. I find it just like when I see it, I know what they're doing, but they're so goddamn good at it. You know what I mean? Because, like, I'll see the headline and I'm like, I know this is just trying to incite some shit. I know what they're doing marketing wise. I know what they're doing with the algorithm to try to get it up in there and the money that's going into it. So I logically pick that shit apart. But, like, you know that it can still, the more it gets sent at you and you see those words, those certain words that they legitimately know yeah, not even buzzwords, but they know they're words that your brain picks out because it picks out faster because of the emotion that it causes, and it knows it's an important word because they're words that increase adrenaline, survival words. You know what I mean? So they use these kind of words because your brain picks them up fast. It creates something, and you just click on it before you even know it. Or it just has an effect over time. The more just gets sent at you, even if you don't even read it or watch the whole fucking thing. That just the words in the headlines. They do that shit for a purpose to fucking, again, divide people, man. It's really fucked up. But there's like real evil out there, dude. You know what I mean? Like it's
and that's where I struggle, because I'm the kind of person where I trust everybody is gonna do the right thing.
Don't
I know, but that's just my personality is I trust everybody's gonna do it right, and then if you fuck somebody over, okay, well, you're an idiot, but you didn't fuck me over yet, so I'm still gonna be friends with you. But until you fuck me over, once you fuck me over, then we're done.
Yeah, I think when I see someone fuck someone over, I think it definitely has to be who they fucked over and how and knowing the context and the whole story. You know what I mean? Because if like someone fucks a friend of mine over, and I know the person that they fucked over, and I know that the person didn't have it coming or something like that, or there was not like if they just completely fucked them, I'm definitely like, that's enough evidence for me, man, to not fuck with somebody.
Well, yeah, that's me too. Yeah, that's me too. With if it's something that's like clearly like that, just shows you're a horrible human being. I don't
yeah, dude. I know this person. I trust them. The fact that you did that shit, bro, fuck you.
A few of those in my life too.
Yeah,
it's like they didn't. We really didn't have too much contact or weren't around each other too much, but they fucked over somebody that I knew, and it's like there's no way that person deserved that. You'd be put in that position,
dude.
That situation.
At the end of the day, I like them better than you. Get the fuck out of here. Loyalty, it's yeah. But there's just like real like it's made it more now than ever. The human trafficking type of shit and all these stories that you hear about, all that stuff, dude, and the abuse, all it like showed you how much evil there is and how much it's been covered up through the media and stuff. Just it's so bad, almost to the point where I like when they would use, you read that in that book, like we did talk about it in that book Chaos, where like CIA coined the CIA did coin the term conspiracy theory and stuff to try as like disinformation and to really just discount other people's opinions or anything that inform the fit the media narrative for anything.
I think conspiracy theory kind of everybody kind of just throws that word around now, because if somebody says something they disagree with or whatever, that's conspiracy. Or
it's just not part of the public narrative on the media.
Yeah.
Then it gets called a conspiracy theory, especially if they're covering some shit up. But we already know these motherfuckers can't be trusted. They've proven it time and time again. Governments and power structures have never been able to be trusted by the majority public, dude.
Fucked Honey Boo Boo's mom, and all of a sudden Honey Boo Boo.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, dude. It's I think I just try not to really like, to know that it's there, but try not to let it bum me out so that I can still enjoy life, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Try to not try to believe that good prevails and shit.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of do that with most things. I mean, I have some friends that are huge sports fans, and they let like their team losing ruin their week.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I might be pissed for a little bit, but then afterwards I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I got a life to live. I have to do shit.
Yeah, dude. I'm not gonna let World War III fucking ruin my week.
Well, no, it's not even World War III. Yeah. Well, I'm not.
Yeah, dude.
I can't get drafted. I'm 50 years old. I can't get drafted.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I'm gonna live my life. That's all I can do.
Yeah.
I have no control over that.
Yeah, dude. How bad would that suck? Just all these 25-year-old wives just sitting around the house, just no.
So that's what they're talking about now, is how hey, you voted for Trump and now you're gonna get drafted. Yeah.
I don't like. I have a hard time believing they ever have a draft again. Yeah.
There's gonna be too many people that are willing to volunteer.
Yeah.
I mean, there's enough people. I mean, if I
This is why we have guns, dude. Too much of the public has guns.
not or whether, but if I was like 18, 19, 20, 21 years old, I would volunteer for the army if we went to World War III. Or the military if we went to World War III, just because I felt like I'm an American, that it's my duty.
You know, if I didn't,
But if it wasn't
my knee wasn't fucked up, you know.
If I wasn't
And I was young, didn't have a kid. Yeah, dude, for sure. You know, I guess even if you have a kid, you want to make sure these motherfuckers don't come bomb us. So it's still, you know.
I would do whatever I could do on my part to make sure they don't come onto our land.
Hell yeah, dude. Goddamn right. For 100%, dude. And fight like hell.
But now that I'm 50 years old and fat and out of shape and bad knees, bad hip, bad back, I'm not getting drafted. So all I can do is live my life and hope the best works out.
Watch that shit on YouTube. That's fucked up. We should probably wrap it up.
Yeah, let's wrap this up.
Good podcast. That's fun.
That was Rub Some Dirt On It podcast with Brandon Straker and Jeff Pierce.
Back in my day, we walked uphill both ways. No Wi-Fi to guide us, no TikTok craze. We skinned our knees, we took the hit. Now you're whining, kid. Rub some dirt on it. You cry over likes on your little phone screen. We cried when our bikes hit a rock unseen. But we got back up, we didn't throw a fit. Just dust it off, kid, rub some dirt on it. Rub some dirt on it, life's not that tough. You ain't made of glass, you're built to be rough. Suck it up, buttercup, don't you dare quit. Just grin and bear it, rub some dirt on it. Teenagers today with their fragile pride can't handle a splinter or a bumpy ride. But life's a bitch, it'll give you shit. Dust it off and rub some dirt on it. Some dirt on it, life's not that tough. You ain't made of glass, you're built to be rough. Suck it up, buttercup, don't you dare quit. Just grin and bear it, rub some dirt